Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lords of the Night. With me, as always, your Lord of Punishment. Say hello, Scribe.
Hello, Scribe.
And your Lord of Penny. Say hi, Satsu.
Hi, Satsu.
I am your Lord of Pain, the Ranting Monkey, and we're here to entertain you for, I don't know, a couple hours maybe, ish. We'll do our best to go the whole 120 minutes. We'll see. We'll see how well we do. How you doing today, Satsu?
I am. I'm not doing so hot.
Oh. I hope your health is well.
Oh yeah, my entire day overall was fine, but I woke up from a failed attempt at a nap and came in here to get ready to stream, and I decided to hop on Twitter for about 15 minutes, and that was enough to pretty much ruin my entire day. So.
And Scribbles, how you doing, man?
I'm doing okay. That's all I've got.
I told you guys about a trip. I had my third car trip in a week. My body's like, fuck you, Frank. And right now I'm like, fuck you back. But I'm in a good mood because after we got home, we picked up Little Caesars because that's a cheap. And I like Little Caesars. I know people like, I don't like, it's not real pizza. Shut up, I don't care.
It's a little greasy. I like it a lot, but it's just a bit too greasy for me.
That's why I don't like Pizza Hut. I find Pizza Hut too greasy.
Yeah, maybe Little Caesars. I haven't had Pizza Hut in a long time, but compared to like Domino's, Little Caesars always seem just a bit too greasy to me.
So we came home, we had dinner. Pumpkin ate like a whole piece of pizza, you guys.
Yay!
Little tiny thing, man. She was dogging that pizza. But I made her laugh. She's laughed before, but this is the first time I've made her laugh.
Oh.
She's got this thing. She says no. She doesn't always know it. Sometimes she's just shaking her head to be silly. Mm-hmm. But she will tell you no and shake her head. And so I just shook my head really fast, and I can loosen my cheeks so I can do that thing where your cheeks just wobble. And she just started laughing. I'm like, oh my God. And yeah. Plus, she gave me kisses again. She's so sweet.
Aww.
But I feel your pain, Satsu. I woke up this morning and I went to Twitter, and the first thing I saw was Republicans were invading what is it called, the secret meeting, and refusing to leave. I'm like, oh dear God. Connor Johnson, thank you. Have you heard of Night of the Galactic Railroad, or Night on the Galactic Railroad? Sorry, I have not. I'm guessing Scribbles would be our best guess, our best bet there.
I have no idea. So no.
There you go. So no, I haven't. But is that a book, a movie? What do we? I'm guessing. I'm going book. That sounds like a book title. Monkey Dick, Jim Jones, movies, video games. Hit that like button, guys, and please, 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 no matter who your favorite creator is, share their stuff. And of course ours, even if we're not your favorite, because, well, why wouldn't we be? Why don't you like us?
Well,
is that too needy?
No, nobody likes me. Everybody hates me. Guess I'll go eat worms.
That sounds familiar.
Nobody likes me. Everybody hates me. Guess I'll go eat worms. It's kind of a schoolyard old time.
Is that what it's from? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little sing-song thing.
Look, Wes, you know how long it's been since I've been on a schoolyard?
Yeah, I know.
I hope a very long time.
87 years ago.
Fuck both of y'all. Scribbles, we got news today.
Yeah, well, you kind of, spoiler alerted the whole thing, but yeah, there was an invasion on Capitol Hill today.
Bunch of children, for fuck's sake. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Following Republicans storming hearing room, defense official testifies in impeachment inquiry. Interesting way of putting in that sentence. Roughly 24 House Republicans on Wednesday stormed a closed-door deposition in secure House Intelligence Committee spaces to rail against the Democratic-led impeachment inquiry, a political stunt ratcheting up the GOP complaints about the process that delayed Wednesday's scheduled deposition for 5 hours.
Hold that thought. Angry Illinois, thank you so much. Let's get this party started. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a detonation war. Thank you. back to Republicans acting like children. What's that?
He said donation.
Oh, donation war. I'm sorry.
I'm
Donation
like, detonation war?
Yeah, I was like,
look, that's how I play for keeps.
Monkey
Jesus
you
Christ.
can't read. Please contribute to the Monkey Literacy Fund. He needs
Look.
a book to learn how to read. I know I'm going to get him
Hang
for
on.
Christmas. I'm going to get him a reader, like a children's reader that he can sit down with Pumpkin with, and he can learn to read with Pumpkin.
Hang on. Let's do this. In chat, give me a 1 if you're surprised I read something wrong, and a 2 if it's not surprising at all. Okay, go ahead. We were talking about grown-ass Republicans acting like children. Go ahead.
The conservative lawmakers, led by Republican Representative Matt Gaetz of Florida, barged into the deposition and demanded they be allowed to see the closed-door proceedings where members of 3 committees plan to interview Deputy Assistant Defense Secretary Laura Cooper as part of the impeachment probe into President Donald Trump. That was entirely one sentence.
Wow.
Good God. The chaotic scene, with Republicans flouting House rules to make a political point, represented a new and more confrontational phase of the Republican attack on House Intelligence Chairman Adam Schiff and the Democratic impeachment investigation. By early afternoon, pizza and snacks were being brought into the committee area. The Republicans in the committee SCIF, short for Sensitive Compartmented Information Facility, left around 2 p.m. to attend House votes, apparently ending the protest. The deposition then began around 3 p.m. Eastern, a roughly 5-hour delay, and lasted less than 4 hours before Cooper left the Capitol. Once Cooper's testimony began, she provided a very technical readout of how foreign aid is disbursed. Okay, according to lawmakers. Several lawmakers say her testimony helped show that the Ukraine aid deviated from the normal process. Cooper, who was issued a subpoena in the same manner as State Department officials who have testified, did not give an opening statement. The real fireworks happened before she started speaking. A source in the room said that as Cooper was sitting down to testify, the Republicans stormed through the office's 3 different doors. Representative Bradley Byrne of Alabama was yelling at Schiff, but the California Democrat did not engage, the source said. Other Democrats, including Representative Val Demings of Florida, shouted back at both Byrne and Republican Representative Louis Gohmert of Texas, who were yelling about the process. Demings, according to one source in the room, asked Republicans if they were trying to teach their children, quote, that it's okay to lie, steal, and cheat so long as you don't get caught. Quote, don't you have any work to do today? She said to one Republican member, according to the source. Cooper left the room while Republicans refused to vacate the space. The source said the Capitol Police and Sergeant-at-Arms were consulted when members refused to leave the room. Quote, it was the closest thing I've seen around here to mass civil unrest as a member of Congress, said one source in the room. There you go. That's basically it.
Look, those people out there acting like this is the biggest we've ever seen them act like children up there. Shut up. We've actually had sit-ins by House members. It was the Democrats last time. But how about all of you up there on Capitol Hill, you grown-ass fucking adults, start acting like grown-ass fucking adults. Now, I will say this. I do not think these should be closed-door meetings. There's no reason that I can see that they should be. The Democrats are saying that it's a closed-door meeting. It's a secret investigation, just like when Mueller and Starr were doing their investigations. Like, except for your Congress, it's not the same thing. By all means, they should be public. However, doesn't mean you should go and act like fucking. I'm surprised they didn't glue themselves to the place. Like you're acting like goddamn children. Go find a microphone. They're all over the fucking Capitol and just bitch. That's what they're there for. Stop it. I'm sorry. You guys have thoughts on that? I just jumped all over it. I'm sorry.
No. This is another one of those things where I'm like, I don't really know. Are these secret meetings common? Is it a thing that normally happens and they're just like acting fucking stupid about it? Or
when it comes to now, they have secret testimony. Like, if you really want to see something funny, like the whistleblower, that whole thing, that should have all been done in private. That's actually how it's supposed to be set up, and that was as public as could be without naming the actual whistleblower. These kind of things, no, the congressional meeting or hearings are not usually done in private, and they're nonsense. Well, this is just like when Mueller was invested. You are not an independent counsel with prosecutorial oversight and that kind. No, you're fucking congressman. Bring that shit to. Let us see. Why are you hiding it? What are you hiding? I don't get that part. Isn't this the part that would help them make their case with the American public? To me, never mind. It just seems like they're really scared they don't have the information, so they're like, only leak out stuff that sounds good to us.
Well, ain't it funny how important being all secretive is for them? But in the past couple years, we had a fucking rise of people familiar with the matter.
Sure.
like all of a sudden, secrecy is now important to you guys. Doing shit in secret or undercover where nobody else knows about it is super important all of a sudden. But
well, this is the meeting being run, what is it called? Committee being run by Schiff, Adam Schiff, who insisted that the whistleblower report itself needed to be seen by the American public.
Except for when we talk about it.
Except for when we're actually, digging into it. We don't need to see all that bullshit.
Well, they want to make sure that the right information gets out, obviously.
It's nonsense. There's usually the only reason you do this is for sensitive information. When there's national security interest, or in the case of like a whistleblower, you bring the whistleblower before you because you're hiding their identity kind of thing. So there can be no retaliation. Excuse me. Yeah, you don't do it just because you're having you're questioning the chick at the Pentagon who was overseeing how the Ukrainian money would be passed out. Why in the hell does that need to be hidden behind a fucking door? That's retarded. All right. I'm done.
Are you?
I am.
Now, I'll just say that you had two extremes of pomp and circumstance. You had the quiet, we're having secret meetings and trying to drum up drama, and then you had the out loud drumming up drama. And I don't think either side of the equation is acting like actual adults. It's just that one is trying to maintain a veneer of being serious while really just putting on as much of a show for the sake of secrecy.
That's how it seems to always work, though.
It is. I mean, like I said, this is nothing new. This is, guys storming the committee meeting is effectively no different than somebody doing some kind of filibuster on the House floor or making some kind of loud mouth speech in front of Congress or something. It just, I don't know. It was more concentrated. It was more obviously, it was off the beaten path. But I don't know. It just didn't surprise me at all. But it did surprise apparently our favorite friend at CNN, Chris Lizza. Chris has this to say: Republicans' circus strategy on impeachment. Chris, you might want to just say politicians' circus strategy on impeachment because it's not isolated to one side of the aisle. Or have you not been paying attention? No, of course you haven't. On Wednesday on Capitol Hill, this happened, and then he gets a recitation of what we just read. The storming of a secure conference room being used by the House Intelligence Committee to interview Assistant Secretary of Defense Laura Cooper was the latest in a series of escalating episodes by Republicans who have grown more and more frustrated with the way in which the impeachment inquiry is being conducted. There's very little from a technical perspective that these Republicans, many of whom align with the Trump-loyal House Freedom Caucus, can do to stop the impeachment inquiry, which is being led by Schiff and a handful of other leading Democrats.
Good job.
So instead, the likes of Gohmert and Florida Representative Matt Gaetz, one of Trump's most outspoken supporters in Congress, are trying to turn the whole thing into a circus. They're trying to turn it into a circus, says Chris. Storm the committee room. Demand to know what secrets are happening in there. Hold press conferences. Mug for cameras. Order pizza. Yes, that last one happened for real. What was the point? Nothing, really. The impeachment investigation isn't suddenly over. The Cooper deposition eventually went forward anyway, just after 3 p.m. Eastern, and despite Gates tweeting Wednesday afternoon, quote, still inside, more details to come, unquote, it's unclear what exactly he had uncovered. The Intelligence Committee had made known publicly who they would be interviewing on Wednesday, as they have done since the start of the process, except for the whistleblower, but that makes sense. The goal of Gates and his colleagues is to make the GOP base and less regular consumers of politics believe that everything going on in Washington is a joke, a farce, a confirmation of their worst beliefs among how DC works. And Chris, by the way,
No.
when you end a sentence with a parenthetical, you put the period on the outside of the parentheses, not on the inside.
You do. Thank you, Scribe.
Otherwise, you have a continuing sentence. And you are what was your title again? Editor at large. Well, you must be taking a vacation in your own mind. We're almost done. Because if that's how the country, or even a decent chunk of it, perceive the impeachment investigation, then Trump and the likes of Gates win. Win what? Turning the whole thing into a circus, as 24 House Republicans did on Wednesday, is the ultimate goal then. No, comma, Chris. Goal, comma, then. The more people tune out, the better. The point, what Republicans like Gates are doing is hugely cynical, which doesn't mean it won't work.
Okay. I think what they did was childish. I think what they were trying to bring attention to is important. It's not, Chris, why are you, as a fucking journalist, not demanding that this shit be public? Do you remember when the press used to want to go to fucking court to make things public? No, hey, no, look, Adam Schiff says we need to do that behind a closed door. Look, I think the way they handle, absolutely fucking retarded. They acted like a bunch of goddamn kids, just like every time I've seen anybody else do this stupid shit, like when there was the sit-in on the fucking House floor.
That didn't happen.
I know. It's them acting like children, but the cause that they're talking about is real. Where they're actually bringing attention to, this should be in the public. And Chris, as a fucking journalist, why aren't you demanding that it is?
Hello.
Oh,
Hi.
How you doing, man?
I am dying.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got like AIDS or something. I don't know. It's bad.
Did you sit on a public toilet seat?
No, I don't poop in public.
Oh, good. That's how you get the toilet AIDS. So,
Yeah, I don't think it's toilet AIDS. I think it's child AIDS.
oh,
No. I think it's AIDS.
What?
I know what you meant. I know, brought home by a child from school,
Yeah, the
kind of
little
thing.
petri dish children brought
Yes.
it home to me.
Child
Oh,
AIDS.
You laugh now, Satsu. Wait till Squeetus is in public school.
Oh yeah, you better start.
She
taking
will be
vitamin
bringing
C
home
and-
all sorts of fucking interesting bugs.
Yeah, it is amazing how much healthier you get when you don't have children going to school anymore.
Yeah, it's during the summer, nothing, not a sniffle, not a fever, nowhere. School starts immediately. It's like my immune system gets Thanos. It's ridiculous.
I'm gonna homeschool squish.
Speaking of children, we have a birthday. It is Ginger Snap's son Caleb's birthday today. He's
Well, I hope
6, you
Caleb goes
guys.
to public school and gets sick.
he's not listening to this show, is he?
I don't know. Sometimes they let people listen to us sing. So
I know. It just,
Wait.
we don't sort of couch our language, and if there are children listening, I feel a little uncomfortable.
I doubt they're listening now. They'll probably play it for them later.
Okay.
Anyhow, Weibo, I had pizza for dinner. Haha. Caleb,
Chinese.
I hope you're enjoying the world we've built for you so far. And here's to many, many, many many more. Many more. One
Mini Mayor.
and a 2. Happy birthday. To you.
Okay.
Happy birthday to you.
I can't. No.
Scribe's got Wookiee AIDS.
Happy birthday to Caleb. Happy birthday to you. Caleb, I hope somebody else sang that better to you than we just did. Happy birthday. What in the absolute heck was that?
Nothing says
only-
happy birthday like the distant screams of the damned.
Oh shit.
Oh God. Caleb, it's time for you to stop listening now. Thank you, Sir Wolfgang, who says Scribe almost made me spit out my drink.
You know what I think would make me feel just a little bit better?
What's that?
If we got some horsecock on this stream. So
That's
let's
why I
forget
told you to stop listening, Caleb.
Right after Song to a Child, let's have Sinatra talk about horsecock.
Fritz,
Fritz, thank you so much. Hang on, Fritz, thank you so much over on the Streamlabs. Goat Simulator 2019 featuring Scribe Lights.
That is such a fun game.
So,
All right. I still have a couple of stories.
Let's forget me in this equation. I want to see.
I have.
Fuck you. I want to see Monkey get $100, and we.
that'd be awesome.
Well, unless or until that happens, let's talk about 2 horrible stories.
2 horrible horsecocks.
No. Well, no. So one that is legitimately, I feel murderous sort of instincts, and the other one, I feel a different kind of murderous instincts, but it's less serious. So we'll do the serious one first and close out on the less serious one. Colorado mom charged with murder and profiting off of fabricated illnesses in a Make-A-Wish daughter's death.
I saw this, and I wanted to literally cause someone physical harm.
Now, I haven't read the story. I only know the headline. My first guess is we've got Munchausen by proxy, and this lady made her kids sick to get attention and money. You okay? No, apparently not.
Never met her.
Olivia Gant was a local celebrity, a terminally ill 7-year-old who spent her final months riding along with police and firefighters and taking on criminals at a Denver area school as, quote, the Bat Princess. But it was all part of a lie, prosecutors say. The girl was never terminally ill. It was her mother who killed her, a grand jury has found.
Holy shit. That is.
In an indictment unsealed this week, Olivia's mother, Kelly Turner, a.k.a. Kelly Gant, is charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder in her daughter's 2017 death. She is charged with 2 counts because Colorado law has a special provision when someone in a position of trust is charged with killing a child younger than 12. Turner also faces a count of child abuse and 10 other charges related to her alleged bilking of Medicaid, hospitals, and charities, including the Make-A-Wish Foundation, out of more than $500,000. Following last week's indictment, which came on the heels of a year-long investigation, the Douglas County Sheriff's Office arrested Turner on Friday at a hotel in Glendale, Colorado. Suspicions first arose when Turner brought Olivia's big sister to Children's Hospital Colorado in Aurora and informed a doctor that the older daughter, a minor whose name is redacted from the indictment, had been treated for cancer when the family lived in Texas. The doctor confirmed this was not true, according to the indictment. Hospital records later found articles, blogs, social media posts, and news stories in which Turner said the older daughter suffered from various conditions, including bone pain, that weren't supported by medical records. In an October 2018 interview with detectives, the girl said she had an unknown type of cancer. How did she know? Her mother had told her so, she told the investigators, according to the indictment. A caseworker conducted a test in which the girl was separated from Turner to determine if she actually had medical issues. Once separated, the older daughter had no medical issues or complaints of pain, according to the indictment. This raised concerns about Olivia's death, which hospital officials told investigators was, quote, somewhat controversial with different doctors, the indictment says. Quote, there is a concern that Turner has lied about the children's medical conditions and therefore may have caused harm to the children and or caused them to have significant medical procedures, the indictment said. The doctors also worried Turner was concocting the children's conditions for social and monetary gain. Talking to investigators, Turner, quote, specifically denied ever fabricating medical conditions for her children. Here we go. Olivia's extreme treatment history began when she was 2, doctors told investigators. She had autism and suffered from constipation, feeding intolerance, and seizures. She received intense treatment, including feeding tubes and an ostomy bag, because of her problems eating. She died in August 2017 of intestinal failure after Turner signed a do not resuscitate order telling doctors that Olivia's quality of life was too poor to keep her alive. In November, authorities exhumed Olivia's body, and the Arapahoe County coroner found, quote, a lack of any anatomical findings, unquote, indicating that the girl had died from intestinal failure or that she had suffered from many of the conditions Turner reported. The manner of death is best certified as undetermined, the coroner wrote. Though the indictment does not specify how prosecutors believe Turner killed Olivia, investigators noted that during an interview with Turner, the mother, quote, spontaneously broached the subject of Munchausen syndrome by proxy, a mental health disorder in which a caregiver makes up injuries to a child. Yeah. This goes on for a bit. Throw that lady in a concrete box forever. Fuck her. Goodbye.
Dude, it's that I can't help but look at my kids when I read this and think, could someone really kill a child that is 100% relying on them, that trusts you implicitly, no matter what, over 20 grand, 20 fucking grand? This is unreal.
Parents have killed their children for less. There was a story just a few years ago where a lady was poisoning her son with salt and making him ridiculously ill, having a feeding tube implanted, getting all this attention and sympathy and donations and everything else, and eventually killed the kid. But thankfully there was a security camera that caught her injecting salt into the kid's IV.
This is insanity. This makes me, you know what? I hope this mom goes to jail because they will fucking kill her in there.
Oh yeah, no, she's done. She's done now.
She doesn't kill her.
Yeah, if she doesn't take the exit herself first, she's done. But Munchausen by proxy are usually pretty narcissistic, so it's unlikely that she'll kill herself. But it's possible she might injure herself for sympathy.
That makes me physically actually angry.
Yeah. Torturing a kid for your own gratification. Anyway, the last story I've got, not really a news story, I guess. Well, it kind of is because I made a lot of news posts, but just a little insult to injury regarding Fallout 76.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I saw that.
For those of you that might recall, what was it, just last year, I think it was? Wasn't it just last year? I'm a fan of the Fallout franchise. And when Fallout 76 came out, I paid not for the super duper collector's edition, but for the mid-range one. It was like the Patriots collectors or whatever it was, the Centennial or Tricentennial collection edition. And so I paid like $80 or something, whatever it was. And what did we get? Well, we got a completely broken, unfinished, unbalanced, unfun game for the most part that was obviously not ready for prime time. Should have been released early on as like an early access kind of thing or something. It was garbage. I played it for, I don't know, maybe a handful of hours total, and it just was ridiculous. There's a great video essay about this by Mini a True Nerd, who talks about all of the issues with it and how they could have been fixed or how they should have been fixed. I was just watching that again today when the story came out. But anyway, today they announced Fallout First What is Fallout First? Well, if you'll recall, Fallout 76 is the first game in the franchise that is a multiple player online only game. Not quite an MMO because there wasn't a subscription price. You just paid once and you had access to a crappy game. But now, a year later, Fallout First is a subscription setup where you pay $12 a month, or $12.99 a month, or $100 a year to get what? Well, you finally can have your own private server, which at present does not allow you to actually mod it or set your own rule set or anything. Just you can have your own private version of the world as it stands with up to 7 friends, so long as they actually also have 6. You get an unlimited storage container for all of your scrap. You get a survival tent. You get the equivalent of $16 a month in atoms for the special transaction store, which means nothing because it's worthless, just cosmetic shit. You get a Ranger armor outfit from a much better game, Fallout New Vegas, and you get more icons and emotes. And all of this for more than what Netflix costs per month.
Fuck them.
Yeah, and here's the thing, and I looked, and if somebody can show me elsewise, I'm happy to know it. But I looked, and I was like, I paid full price for a broken game. Nowhere in here is anything come close to saying, if you were an early adopter of Fallout 76, you get 2 months free or something. I mean, even a pittance like that, not even offered. Nothing. So I've already paid almost $80 for this game. And now if I want to have the benefits of something that honestly should have been there at launch, if you're going to do a game like this. I mean, hell, 7 Days to Die, Ark, all these other games, they had private servers available if you wanted to pay for them from like the get-go. And this thing, it takes them a year. They weren't even ready anyway. So yeah, now I got to pay an extra $12 a month subscription in perpetuity to have access to features that should have been there from the beginning.
If you want to see another really good video about 76, watch Internet Historians.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah. I mean, 76, just the story of its creation, release, and the downfall of it is actually a really interesting snapshot of the video game industry and the heights of hubris and bad management. But having been someone who actually ended up paying for this disaster, I feel personally slapped in the face by this particular development. Because I've heard they've been changing stuff and patching it and adding things on. I haven't looked at it in a year now. So it might be one of those things. I was thinking maybe it'll be like No Man's Sky, where like, oh, it was a terrible release, but then over time it became a much better game. Okay, not after this. Fuck you. Anyway.
Yeah, I saw this shit over on Facebook, and my only comment was, are these motherfuckers serious? They can't possibly be serious. And the insult to injury, the thing that really pissed me off is they pushed back a major patch that they were supposed to be doing to the game, something that people were asking for in order to do this instead. This is like the ultimate fuck you to everybody who's been playing it all the way up until this time, because almost everything on that list of that fucking pay to win list of shit that you can get is shit that people have been asking for to just include in the game regularly.
Yeah.
And they're just like, well, we'll do you one better. Pay us monthly and you'll get access to all this shit. And even the shit you're getting access to that you are paying us for monthly, you won't have full access to right away.
I mean, if the basic game is free to play, and then they had the subscription thing like so many other MMOs, it might not be that bad, except for the fact that I already paid $80 for the thing, so I want a refund if you're going to make it free to play now. Or I want as much time with the premium service as my original purchase price got me, if you did something like that. But they're not even doing that. You still have to buy the game, which is now like $24 or something on the Bethesda store. Anyway, it just pissed me off. That's all the stories that I had were at the bottom of the hour.
All righty, and that's going to bring us to hashtag MSS News. Guys, if there's a story you want us to take a look at, send it over. I was trying to say words. Send it to us over at the hashtag MSS News over on the Twitter machine. We can't get to them all, but that's just because I can't read or speak or do anything I'm supposed to.
Scribe, you have had me beyond excited for a Sky Oblivion since you brought it up to me.
Oh, you take a look.
Oh yeah, I cannot wait.
Yeah, Sky Oblivion. They're working. There's some guys working on bringing Fallout New Vegas into the Fallout 4 engine. There's a whole bunch of little projects out there. Whether now Sky Oblivion and Skywind, the Morrowind one also is they've been going on for a while. But Sky Oblivion looks really good. I'm looking forward to that if they get that done.
Well, Oblivion was just my favorite game ever, so I can't wait for that.
All right. Well, let's see. What do we got? We got Pincalo, the Driving Ape Man, sends us whatever this is from the wonderful world of Canada. Warmington, Highway of Horrors. I'm assuming this is Canadian something. The Homicide Highway, with four major shootings, 3 dead and 4 wounded in a year. It's something that can't be ignored. Highway 410 is quickly gaining a reputation as a highway of shootings and murder and has Brampton's mayor demanding immediate action. Quote, enough is enough, said a livid Mayor Patrick Brown Wednesday following a shooting homicide at the Derry Road on-ramp Tuesday night. They made on... Isn't it? I thought on-ramp is one word. Maybe I'm just... Apparently it's 2 words in Canada. Weirdos. Tuesday night left 1 man dead and man and woman in the hospital. Quote, I want our federal and provincial partners to step up to the plate immediately, unquote. What he wants is the same funding to fight gangs that Premier Doug Ford gave Toronto police. Doug Ford, the crack smoking nutbag?
That's Rob Ford.
Oh, is that Rob Ford? I'm sorry.
I
got my Ford stuff.
They're all the same in Canada. It's fine.
Gangs don't respect postal codes, said Brown, and their bullets don't differentiate between gangsters and innocent bystanders, even those driving cars similar to their intended targets. Then it goes into a long story.
They're just learning about drive-by shootings in Canada now?
I don't know. I guess this is a unique. Not good, obviously. I don't know. I mean, is it all gang activity? That's what it sounds like they're saying it is. Well,
later in the Brown says the shootings are gang based. It has to be stopped. Well, yell at them. That's how you deal with gangs. You just tell them stop it.
Isn't that Toronto? Isn't that where the Canadian mafia is? That far off?
There's a Canadian mafia.
Canadian mafia.
Oh yeah, you guys don't know that? No, and I'm not. No, guys, seriously, there is a Canadian branch of the Italian mob, and it's pretty bad.
I'm sure they're very scary with their maple leaves and fucking.
Hey, you joke. It's no joke up there. It's I mean, given the country, the mob up there is pretty bad.
Do you know Canada has a military?
Yes, one of their Air Force colonels was a serial killer.
That blows my mind.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. What's next? This one comes from, it's not really a story. It's a video, but you may have seen it on Twitter. The Magister sent this. It's a video of a woman who has built a skateboard frame for her son who has cerebral palsy so that he can stand up and skateboard while she pushes him around a skate park.
I saw that. That's very nice.
Yeah, it's very cute. I can't really show it, but if you look up the hashtag MSS News, you'll find it pretty quick.
I can pull it up.
I'll share it.
Okay, you can do that. You have that ability now because Monkey got a subscription to StreamYards. You can do all types of fancy stuff now.
What? Well, I always keep the actual stream chat open too. So,
Duck Dog said they stole $15 million worth of maple syrup. Is that a joke or is that real?
The maple syrup black market. All right.
They've got maple syrup fucking underground trading and shit.
Pincala says that's not a joke. That is real.
That's even better.
Okay. Next we got from Frosted Glass. Okay. It's a Medium article, so you know it's going to be good. Zombie films used to have brains. Now they're right-wing drivel. The 2009 horror comedy Zombieland, whose sequel comes out this week, begins with a lament for the United States. Quote, I wish I could tell you that this was still America. The voiceover, delivered by Jesse Eisenberg, plays over a shot of an American flag and a wrecked post-apocalyptic U.S. Capitol. Lest this strike the viewer as too subtle, a distorted version of the Star-Spangled Banner plays on the soundtrack. This is the author talking. I shouldn't have to tell you that a movie which opens with a shot of a flaming Washington might have some kind of political subtext, but if you somehow missed it, here it is. The United States had elected its first black president the year before Zombieland came out.
Oh my God, suck my entire fucking dick.
Hey, person writing, did you ever see Independence Day?
Jesus fucking Christ. Can I go hit this person with a shovel several times?
Have you seen any movie where it's a disaster movie or some kind of like terrorist action movie that takes place and involves Washington, D.C. in some fashion? The Capitol building gets knocked down or the White House gets blown up or something. Obviously, it's a political message saying that. And you know what? When was Zombieland written? Might I ask? I mean, how long into production was Zombieland by the time that Barack Obama even became president? You ever think about that, person? You know how long movies take to make and produce and everything?
With Hawkeye, fucking Jeremy Renner, where he had to like save the president from some horse shit that happened. Olympus Has Fallen, I think.
Oh no, that was Leonidas from 300 or whatever.
Oh, no, what the hell's his name?
I suddenly forget. Oh, Gerard Butler.
Yeah,
Gerard Butler.
Him and Jeremy Renner are the same person.
Jeremy Renner, Gerard Butler, yeah, totally same. Every time I think of Jeremy Renner, I think of National Lampoon's School Trip or Class Trip or whatever, and he is like, "Let's do some van damage." that's all I think of when I think of Jeremy Renner. He's just when he was a teenager and being silly.
But yeah, there was a black president in that too, wasn't there? A black president in
Oh, it was Morgan Freeman. Yeah.
Somebody needs to make an anti-gravity meme of somebody just like jumping in space to accurately represent this fucking leap in logic. Because I was just hoping. I'm like, where they're gonna go? I know they're gonna go somewhere crazy, so I was just like bracing myself. But that exceeded my expectations of what the fuckery.
Oh, just wait. Even back then, when white guys talked about, quote, not recognizing America anymore, unquote, they were sending one specific, unmistakable message. You didn't need to see them put on a red MAGA hat to know what they meant. Zombieland has a reputation as a stupid comedy with a fun Bill Murray cameo, which for the most part it is, but it also represents the downfall of the zombie genre, in which a monster that began as a socially progressive metaphor became an overtly right-wing trope.
Can you name one apocalyptic movie where the White House didn't blow up?
Mad Max.
It wasn't shown blown up, but it probably blew up.
Oh, well, that wasn't what you asked.
Zombies began as a socially progressive metaphor.
Yes, because, zombies were never a representation of disease or of conformity or of just the lurking threat outside. I mean, if you look at the Night of the Living Dead, you could say the zombies were sort of like, the communist threat, and the people inside, the upstairs, downstairs people, were sort of like a class war going on while there was this impending, looming threat of nuclear war. So a whole bunch of things. You can plug in anything into that. But yeah, socially progressive zombies, dead people walking around eating brains, are a socially progressive metaphor. You can actually, you know what? You're absolutely right. Socially progressive metaphor: zombies eating people's brains. Social justice in a nutshell.
Yeah. Because I'm really sure that Bela Lugosi was so worried about the social metaphor in 32. Fucking ugh.
For the record, the last article this woman wrote was, in the 2020 election, it's still the men versus Hillary Clinton.
All right. Well, anyway, let's see. What are we doing next? This one comes from Dr. No. Massachusetts leftists want to throw you in jail for saying bitch.
Suck my dick, bitch.
I got to say, the Washington Examiner looks like a web page out of 1997 right now.
Oh, shut up, bitch.
On Tuesday afternoon, the Massachusetts state legislature considered banning the word bitch. Yes, seriously. The state legislature joint committee on the judiciary considered the bill, which was introduced a few months ago by State Representative Dan Hunt, a Democrat. The bill says that, quote, a person who uses the word bitch directed at another person to accost, annoy, degrade, or demean the other person shall be considered to be a disorderly person, unquote. According to Boston.com, the penalties, quote, provide for a fine of not more than either $150 or $200 or jail time of up to 6 months. As for a reporting mechanism, either the offended party or a third-party witness can report offenders to the police.
First Amendment, bitch. Oh, damn it. Massive just said that too.
Yeah.
Who wants to do this? What?
The Massachusetts House or legislature. Or one guy there, one guy that submitted it, let's say.
Interesting. We got asked about the left in China and if they were going to try to do something about the oppressive no.
So does that mean every rapper is going to get extradited to Massachusetts?
Oh yeah, there's an extensive history of their bitchery.
Yeah, if you play a song on the radio, are you guilty of spreading evil?
Could you imagine a cop pulls you over and you got like, move, bitch, get out the way. And he's just like behind his car with a gun, like, stop right there.
Turn that off now.
Put down your offensive words.
I'll wait till YouTube time. Never mind.
Okay. This one comes from Massive Dynamics. This sounds about right because this is the world we live in. MSU officials respond after student says toilet paper noose was left on dorm room door.
Pardon?
Michigan State University officials have released a statement after a black student found toilet paper hanging outside her dorm room that she said resembled a noose. I'm going to tweet out the link to this story. You can take a look at the photo for yourself and decide, is that a noose or is that more like a sideways set of sunglasses or maybe handcuffs or I don't know. The Black Student Alliance is holding a meeting Tuesday for students who may be concerned about the incident.
That looks like someone tried to TP a tree without a tree.
Yeah, the housing office said they believe the act was not a symbol of hate or discrimination. After talking to the students responsible, the students claim it was a Halloween prank. Quote, 2 African-American students living on campus in the Brody neighborhood reported a racial incident over the weekend regarding toilet paper that was left on their door, which they believe resembled a noose.
Is that the noose from the Smollett case?
No, it's thicker than the Smollett noose. Smollett noose is like shoestring.
I mean, even if it was, imagine being threatened by a toilet paper noose.
Oh my God. Okay. On Sunday, the university hosted a restorative conversation in the residence hall, and more than 60 students participated. It is important to remember that actions and words meant to hurt someone based on their identity have no place in our community.
What does that even mean?
I don't know, but if you start disparaging the visiting sports team from another school, are you hurting someone based on their identity?
Fuck them.
Bitch. Anyway. Moving on.
By the way, I tracked down the guy who's put that bill into the Massachusetts thing.
Yes.
And I tweeted out, this bitch wants to have you arrested for saying bitch.
Oh.
With a link to his page if you guys would like to go see it. And YouTube, you can't do nothing to me. He's a public figure. He's an elected official. I can call him what I want.
Let's see. This one comes from John. Simply John. Bloomberg wants us to know that these $50 chicken nuggets were grown in a lab. Okay.
He looks like a guy who would want to outlaw the word bitch.
This is somebody who was beaten up in school and never fought back. Clean, cultured, slaughterhouse-free, whatever you call it, it's a brave new world when it comes to growing meat without any animals. And soon, Just Incorporated is coming to market. JUST space INC period. Just Incorporated. At a 93,000 square foot warehouse office in San Francisco's Mission District, they're growing chicken. Not chicken the animal, chicken the protein. Just Inc., the maker of plant-based mayonnaise and vegan eggs, is using cellular agriculture to take extracted animal cells and turn them into chicken nuggets. Technicians grow the cells in baths of nutrient-rich liquid media, a bespoke feed that includes salts, sugars, amino acids, and often notably no animal molecules at all. Just Inc. is turning huge bioreactors into mini chicken farms, getting cells to multiply naturally without an animal body to house them. Or you can just go to the store and buy chicken for $3.
Why would you go through all of that? Chickens aren't that hard to grow naturally.
I don't know.
You know what? This has always been one of those things where I'm like, I don't particularly have an issue with people trying to do something like this. And if it's going to end up resulting in an alternative that tastes exactly the same and it's, cheaper and humane and all that shit, and it's not like grossly more expensive like we just seen here, then okay, fine. I'm on board, whatever. But it is grossly more expensive. So I don't understand.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. Well, whatever.
Like Satsu said, I don't mind people doing it because you never know. There might be some side benefits to that kind of research, or they're always like trying to figure out how to successfully clone or grow someone a new liver or a new heart or something that can conceivably be transplanted and be healthy and be an exact match. I'm fine with all that. I mean, so if they want to make $50 grown in a vat chicken nuggets just to show that they can, or try to make a market out of it for people that don't want to kill chicken, okay, go ahead.
I feel like that's a waste of science.
It's science in the market, and eventually the price will go down, and your fake chicken nuggets will be offered by McDonald's as the faux burger or something, and there you go.
Well, they already have the Impossible Whopper, whatever it is at Burger King.
Ghost Whopper.
No,
Yeah.
the Impossible Whopper.
Eat a fucking chicken nugget if you're gonna have a chicken nugget. Stop being pussies. Jesus Christ.
And they paid a whole bunch of people to pretend they like it on their.
I'll do one more because we're just about there.
Right, I gotta pee real quick.
You're not going to stream that, are you? Get it? Stream it? Never mind. This one comes from Raziel K.
I ran back to my computer to do this.
So I figured, since I hadn't actually seen a story like this yet, but it is the season for costume outrage.
Oh boy.
Kmart removes, quote, beyond inappropriate children's costume after backlash from parents. Can you guys guess what the outrage costume is?
Oh God, Donald Trump.
Okay, Satsu.
Oh, fuck, it could be anything. I don't know, a macaroni noodle.
Kmart Australia has removed a children's Halloween costume from its shelves following a petition from a concerned parent who called the outfit beyond inappropriate. Australia's 7 News reported that Shannon B., who asked the outlet to keep her last name anonymous, noticed the costume when Halloween shopping with her daughter. The outfit, simply labeled as bride costume, depicts a young girl wearing a wedding gown and veil. Shannon noted that the costume, which was selling for $6, was marked as being made for children as young as 4 years old. Quote,
So
this is
she's against Islam.
quote, this is beyond inappropriate and offensive, and Kmart has a social responsibility to pull this item off their shelves immediately, the mom told 7 News on Tuesday.
Oh, shit. Kmart's still open. Nice.
In Australia, yes. Shannon's outrage led her to starting a change.org petition, which demanded that the retailer pull the costume from its stores. The petition has earned close to, can you guys guess how many signatures in 3 days?
2,000.
2,000. Next.
5,000.
5,000. Next.
Higher or lower?
I'm not going to tell you. What do you think? 2,005. 20. Closest without going over is Sinatra with 250 signatures.
Woo!
Jesus Christ.
250 signatures. Quote, each year 12 million children, girls as young as 6 years old, the same size as this costume, are sold off or married by their family without their consent. Child marriage
costume, you cunt. Sorry.
Child marriage means child abuse and torture in its worst forms: pedophilia, child rape, child slavery, child sex trafficking. You're correct. On that, I will agree with you. But also, it's a Halloween costume. It is not a mandatory imperative from Kmart to marry off your 4-year-old.
Not to mention, all these things happen in places that we're not allowed to criticize. So, carry on.
Anyway.
Unless you see an Asian man, I'll use that euphemism, buying them all up at once, you're probably okay.
All right. Anyway, there you go, guys. Thank you for the news stories.
I don't know whether to thank him or not today. Some of those hurt my head. So
Some?
thank you guys for the donations, submissions.
Yeah, the donations are kind, I suppose.
I try to keep the two separate. You know what I mean?
I guess separate, but
so
equal.
I don't confuse people. Separate but equal. Yes. With that, we're gonna move on to YouTube time. And Satsu, you're up first. What'd you do, man?
Well, my plan was to upload the video yesterday that I told you guys that I was working on, but my mom came over and I hung out with her, and my little brother came over and got to see my daughter for the first time, and he was, oh my god, it was so funny because she has registered about 3 facial templates right now, and that's me, Squishy, and my mom basically. So when my little brother picked her up, who looks only slightly like me, she looked over at him and then looked over at me, and for the first time ever, I seen her frown, like not cry, but actually frown, like a cartoon frown, like, you know what I mean, like the actual, like, you know, you see like an exaggerated smile. It was like an actual frown, like she was getting ready to cry and her eyes started welling up, and she was just like, who is this individual that looks kind of like my father but is not? And I was just like, oh my god. I have never seen that before. It kind of blew my mind for a second. I'm like, she actually frowned, like, wait, I'm confused. Who is this person? And it was so funny because my little brother was like, I thought she thought I was ugly, and that's why she made it. And I'm like, no, she just was a little confused because she's used to seeing my face, and she's like, okay, dark skin, check. That's it though. Like, wait, what happened? And yeah, it was super adorable. And my mom was like, oh my god, is she frowning? I'm like, yes, she's making the saddest little face I've ever seen. Like, I don't know what to do about this scenario because I'm not sure who this person is. Yeah, so I didn't get anything done because I was cooking for when my mom and them came over or whatever, because I always cook when they're coming over. And then I took a nap, and I didn't plan on sleeping until the stream, but Squishy was like, I didn't want to wake you up because you looked so tired. I'm like, well, I was, but you should have woke me up. So no YouTube stuff, but oh my god, it was that was the first time I seen her like genuinely frown. It was adorable. But that's it for me, YouTube stuff.
All right. And Scribbles, what'd you up to?
Well, I started making a video based on 2 articles. One that you talked about the other day, Monkey from the College Fix, about the professors being told not to judge things on merit in their classes.
Mm-hmm.
And another story that a viewer sent me about how I think it's in Seattle, they are doing a program to weave in cultural studies into mathematics.
Oh shit!
So that as I read the article, and it'll be more illustrated when I.
Whoa!
What?
Angry Illinoisan, thank you so very much. 100, you were at least worth Drunkle Money Monkey. Let Sinatra play his song. Dude, that is incredibly generous. Thank you so very much. And are you ready to play that, Sin?
Yeah, I am. 1 second.
'Cause there is no cock like horse cock. Send your asshole into shock. You need horse cock, of course cock. Grab the loop and slam the day away. Wagger, take more cock, horse cock. Shut the door and turn the lock. Is your cock a horse cock? You will never hear me saying nay.
Thank you both to Angry Illinoisan and Sin for putting that out there. I appreciate both of you. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
Follow him back right now.
FYI, guys, this song pisses some people off severely in chat sometimes. Like there are some people like, I am leaving. Like if you play this song, I'm leaving.
I'll be right back. I gotta make noises with my face.
Is he coughing?
Yes.
He could be doing a number of things with that description. He's probably going to go yodel or some shit. I don't fucking
know. That has completely thrown me off of where I know you weren't done yet, Scribbles. What were you?
Well, I just I recorded the audio talking about and commentating on 2 different articles about 2 different schools doing. But one's from about Boise State University, and the other one's from the Seattle School District, about various things of diversity, inclusion, cultural studies being woven into mathematics, so that you can't talk about 1 + 1 without also talking about how mathematics is used to oppress and marginalize people. Yeah, I wish I was kidding, but I'm not. And actually, what's going on in Seattle is actually an extension of programs in multiple other places in the country. They talk about in the article, which is interesting.
Yeah.
But so it's essentially it's no video. I'm not doing a video commentary. I just talk about the articles, talk about my reactions to said articles. I started assembling it. I should have it done tomorrow and hopefully posted tomorrow as well. And that's all I've got.
Over on the Streamlabs, thank you, Fritz, who says, "Ladies call my cock Seabiscuit, mostly because it looks like a wet teddygram."
Oh.
What?
Fuck. I laughed when you said that part about the math thing, Scribbles, because I saw that article, and I could only make it through like the first 3 paragraphs of it. And like, fuck this, I can't even read this shit.
Oh, it is something else. I'm not okay. On the one hand, I'm not surprised by any of it. This is just an extension of stuff that I've talked about for a couple of years now. And by the way, this is gonna be my next entry into the curriculum of fear. And but I read how these professional educators, these people who have been alive far longer than the whole social justice fervor in the last 5 or 6 years, say these things just so nonchalantly. How we're going to grade writing not on its quality. We're going to there are no right answers in math. I'm not kidding. That is something that was said in one of these little faculty meetings or whatever. There are no right answers in math. It is the absolute deterioration of the value of just being intellectualism, critical thinking. Mathematics of all things. We have to take mathematics and point out how it's political. We don't
Mhm.
point out how it is the universal language of not only every civilized culture on the planet, but also the universe itself. No, it's about, hey, we're going to talk about math today. Did you know that that people are oppressed using math?
Well, Scribe, you see, it is your comparison with math to civilized cultures, which is part of the narrative.
Yes,
Oppressive rhetoric.
indeed, you're right. And the thing is, I'd be laughing if you were joking. But that is the logic being put forward. Simply criticizing the notion that you would weave in identity politics with mathematics as part of the curriculum. That's offensive. That is regressive. That is right wing. That is suppressive, marginal, etc. I don't know. Anyway, that's what I'm working on. I should have that hopefully out tomorrow.
Alrighty, and Sin, what you been working on, man?
I had a creepypasta go live today. I recorded a video for Friday because I won't be around much tomorrow. It was a TEDx talk on how hate speech has real life consequences.
Oh, I have that in my to-do list. I guess I'll have to skip it now.
It's a good one. It's a fucking good one.
Yeah, that lady's nuts.
I did this in the AA meeting, AAA, whatever. That's it.
Alrighty. That was what's today? Wednesday. So that was over on Ghastly's channel, right?
Yep.
I didn't do anything today. I actually took a day off of Monkey in the Morning, which I haven't done in a long time. So yeah, I ain't do shit. This is my YouTube time right here. With that, we're gonna move on to fucketry, and I'm actually gonna go first today because it's about the title.
Yeah.
I went on a little bit of a rant.
You?
Fuck. Yeah, once or twice. About how I feel like we're losing Halloween, how they're ruining Halloween.
Yep.
Just 2 days ago, I think it was yesterday, something like that. And then today, somebody linked me a Foamy the Squirrel. I fucking love Foamy. He's still as good as ever.
That's my shit.
And Foamy had a rant today about Halloween being ruined. I was like, holy shit. Apparently there's part of me that's like, I'm so happy to say I'm not the only one seeing it, but it also makes me a little bit depressed because if I'm not the only one seeing it, that says it's a bigger problem. And then Happy Halloween. This is what I'm passing out this year. This one, guys, I am gonna put on the screen. I know I normally don't do this on this show, but we're gonna share it this time because now I understand some of you probably like this because it says Trump 2020. This bitch went through and put little stickers on all the candy she's passing out that says Trump 2020.
Why?
She's passing this out to children.
Why?
Because she's an idiot.
Because 8-year-old voting block is really, really important to capture.
It is. It's not going to be the parents who go through that candy and have to tear off every single little one of those things just so the little shit can have candy. It's not going to annoy them.
No, you know what's going to... Look, if this annoys any parents, you know what they're going to do? They're going to throw it away so their kid can't eat it. Good job. Because you're either going to have the ones that are like, I don't care, eat the candy. That some idiot took that kind of time. Who has that kind of time? Those are those little fucking fun size things.
That is a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah, or
That
a
is a
crazy
deep-
cat lady.
Nobody got off of work and said, you know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to wrap 1,000 little Snickers bars.
Yeah, she asked her cats for approval before she did this, and
Oh my god!
I saw some lady driving today, and she had a bumper sticker that said, I love my cat. And she looks exactly like you think she looks like. All right, this is going to be a little bit of a deep cut reference, but I think Scribe will get it. Do you remember what Emery's mom looked like in Rose Red?
Oh Jesus Christ! I haven't seen Rose Red since it came out. So
just smash that into Google. That's exactly what that lady looked like.
All right. God, Rose Red. Another Stephen King TV movie.
For those of you who want to see the foamy video, there's the link to that in chat. What else? I think that's all I had. I just leave Halloween alone. I feel like people have forgotten how to just have fun. And I know we talk about that, but this is a holiday. It's just for fun. It's not family. It's not baking a whole bunch of shit and everybody overeating or passing out presents. And it's just fun. Just go out there and have some fucking fun. Do you guys remember what that is?
No. So people haven't forgotten how to have fun. They're not allowed to have fun. That's the difference, I think.
It's not.
Well, they're not allowed to because they're being told they can't by people who forgot how to fucking do it.
That too, yes.
All right, that's all I had. Satsu, what you got for the fuckachino?
Well, let's see here. So I think I talked to you guys earlier about the about the Bed Bath and Beyond thing. They're in trouble for selling black pumpkins. I'll put the link for you guys now. Once you guys see these pumpkins, maybe you'll get a full picture. Because I assumed, I'm like, okay, black pumpkins, that doesn't sound too crazy, but maybe they're like black face pumpkins. You know,
that's who I was talking about, by the way.
Okay.
Maybe they got like the makeup on it or whatever. And no, they're literally just black pumpkins with jack-o'-lantern faces on them. And they said this is insensitive to black people because black people are pathetic, weak creatures. There's no way that they'd be able to handle going out trick-or-treating and seeing something like this without losing their minds, you know? So why would you be insensitive and do that to those weak, pathetic people? Like, come on, dude. You have to think about the weaker of the species when you do things like this, Bed Bath and Beyond, obviously.
That is so insane to me that people get upset about that. And you know, it is some white Karen who's like, you know, actually, that's offensive.
Well, it just, like I said, the assumption that you need to have in order for this to work, it goes, it's the same story for all these things. Every time we read a story like this, which moves me to my next piece of fucketry, the Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez thing, when she was talking to Mark Zuckerberg.
You stole this right out from under me.
I'm sorry, but these two are kind of connected because once again, you need a set of assumptions in order to push the narrative that she is pushing. She asked Mark Zuckerberg, what if I put a post on Twitter or on Facebook that misinformed black people by telling them that they need to vote at the wrong location? Like, what if
wrong day
on the wrong day? Would that be okay? And my response to that is yes, unless your assumption is black people are all retards who have no idea when they're supposed to vote. Like, that's what you have to think. If you think that you can take a post, put it online, and just tell a bunch of ignorant Negroes, hey, go vote on this day, and think they're going to believe you because they're just that stupid, I think that's a you problem.
That's exactly what the assumption is.
It is. It has to be. And they'll say that it's not, but it literally has to be. You cannot make that argument with confidence unless you believe that. You just can't.
Hold on real quick. Michael, thank you so much. Sorry to interrupt, but this is your daily reminder to hashtag save James. Oh, is that the kid from yesterday?
Yeah, the kid that's a transition kid, yeah.
The insulting part there, Satsu, is how she said it, because they were actually specifically talking, not just posts, but an ad. If she put an ad up, and it was if I targeted that ad at black people, I'm like, why I got to be black people? What about white people?
Very specific, and that's a legitimate question. Why did you specifically say black people? Because
we know why.
They don't know any better. They're too stupid to understand the difference between, what's real and what's not. And you should know this, white supremacist person, so you shouldn't do the things that you do. Just like, this shit is going over people's heads. Either that, or they just don't care, or just not paying attention. I don't know, but I feel like I can't make this point enough. Like, it needs to be made every fucking time it comes up, because intent is important, and we need to know, like, if you're making that assumption about a group of people, what are your thoughts about that? What does that say about your view of those people? Because it's an important question, but it isn't being addressed, and it's pissing me the fuck off. Let's see what else. There was
real quick. A couple of people have said it in chat, and Nuts just said it again. Governor Abbott is looking into that whole thing with that kid from yesterday that where dad lost the custody battle, and mom is putting the 9-year-old on fucking hormone blockers or
chemical castration is the other part.
Thank you. Yeah.
Right.
So
I don't know what the governor is going to do. It was a jury trial, and I don't know that the executive of the state is going to be able to somehow overrule or stay a jury decision. So,
sorry, Satsu. What else did you have?
There was one more thing. It was just a post that I saw that somebody put up on Facebook that I agree with, and it says, "Man expresses loneliness. He's an incel. Man expresses enthusiasm. He's a creep. Man expresses anger. He's toxic. Man expresses sadness. He's weak. Man shares any feelings that isn't happiness. He has emotional loads. And man shares no feelings at all. He's guilty of emotional drain." And I'm like, and all of these things are perpetuated by people who claim that that we need to fix men.
Mm-hmm. There is no right action if you are a man.
Yeah, it's all incorrect. Depending on which way your head is tilted at the moment and what's the most convenient to you, every action a man performs is a bad one, as long as you're in the right mindset. And I'm just like, man, that's some real shit right there. But yeah, that's all I got for a defuckatory.
All right, Sin, what you got?
Not too much, just a couple things. This dude called the Cavernacle, he went on this 5-tweet thread going after Sargon for being a quote-unquote Holocaust denier. Because Sargon said, let me pull back a little bit. Sargon posted a picture of his weight loss on Twitter, and he's lost a lot of weight. And Claudia, Ranting Feminist, replied, "Good job, that's really good." And Cavernacle responded, "You're really saying this to Sargon? You're telling him good job? I have literally seen him on the verge of Holocaust denial." And what is the quote he pulled up? "You know, it might not have been just 6 million Jews. There were probably other people in there too." And that launched a multi-tweet thread of how he is a Holocaust denier.
Wow.
Wait a minute, what?
Stunning and brave.
So I responded, in the words of Drunken Uncle, "Get a job. Holy shit, this is a reach." And then I responded to that one and said, finer print, because he is an Israeli Jew. I said, "How do you feel about people like this trying to speak up for you?" And of course, he only responded by calling me a cunt.
Wow, that's intellectual brilliance right there.
Yeah, he fucking... Pat's right. Dude got a dick in his ass because Ranting Feminist was nice to Sargon.
I mean, that ain't even really being nice per se. It's just like, oh, you did a thing. Cool.
Yeah.
The other thing is, I noticed Lily Singh was very unhappy today. She was an unhappy camper.
Oh.
She posted a tweet saying, "Imagine making a living by posting mean videos to YouTube. The downward spiral, the bad energy, the karma, the entitlement, and the lack of creativity. It's a waste of potential. Young kids don't follow this example. It's not good for the soul or the longevity of your career." That's in response to some dude who made a video called The Curious Case of Lily Singh, where he calls her out for being what she is, a fucking hack. And it's a really good video. She's also accused of being a joke thief, which I could see.
Wait, her complaint was making a living putting out videos that are mean to people, was it?
Yeah.
Tell me again about that opening salvo she did on her show where she basically denigrated all men and everything.
You should watch the video. It's by someone called here, I'll send it to you. It's by someone called Jay Aubrey, I believe. It's a good one.
All right.
And Wang accused her of being a joke thief. Let's see here. Let me go back. Oh, I follow this this Twitter account called Simpsons Quote of the Day, and it has Willie holding Santa's little helper in like a fucking headlock. It said, "There's nary an animal alive that can outrun a greased Scotsman."
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
This quote can also be attributed to Count Dankula.
Oh my god!
And someone immediately hooked up a Photoshop. It's really good. That's about it. That's about what I got.
All right, and last but not least, Scribbles, what you got?
Honestly, I don't think there's anything
Shit.
I've got.
I didn't realize Scribe still had to go. I was trying to cover the fucking time. Sorry.
So even when apologetic, I get fucking interrupted at my turn.
Yes.
Wow, that's Did I step on a gypsy woman's toe or something today?
No, it was a long time ago. It was one of your ancestors.
Obviously so. Anyway, short version. Nothing I've got isn't anything we haven't already covered between Fallout 76 and a bunch of other stuff. So I'm done.
Yay!
Oh, thanks.
There was some Blizzard stuff today because Blizzard is apparently not going to let people just live ask questions at BlizzCon this year.
Especially in red shirts.
Yeah, right. Instead, it looks like what they're going to do, because what they've done in the past is you tell the moderator what you're going to ask, and then they give you the microphone and you ask, and there's nothing forcing you to do that.
Right.
And we saw some funny results from that. But it looks like this year they're actually going to have the moderators ask the questions instead.
Oh.
Oops. You guys went and fucked it up for everybody.
How many people in the audience are going to be wearing Winnie the Pooh paraphernalia?
Right. I mean, you can't kick them out for that. I mean, I suppose you can, but...
Oh, they could, certainly.
Oh, geez.
Scribe Light, the jury only ruled on James's custody. The judge ruled on everything else.
Well, again, I would be surprised if the governor had the ability to overturn a judge's ruling, or either a judge's ruling or a jury's ruling, because that's part of the appellate process, not something that the executive of the state can just sort of, line item, just change and veto.
I don't know. I hope he can do something, but I
wouldn't support the idea that he should, even if he could, because that's not how. Even if you disagree with the decision, that's not how the process is supposed to work.
Yeah.
I just don't understand how who are supposed to be rational and reasonable people came to the conclusion that the mother is doing just fine.
I don't know.
It's a bunch of California transplants.
It's nonsense. It's just nonsense. Oh wait, it's a female judge? Is that what?
Is it? I can't remember. I thought it was a guy.
Gray says the judge is biased and derelict in her duties. Find out if it is a her, because if it is, we all know what it is. We need hashtag common sense white woman reform.
Indeed.
There's
all the authorities in the case are women. Interesting.
Go figure. Trump's in trouble right now because he was talking about where he's going to build a wall, and he said in Colorado, which is not actually on the Mexican border.
Oh, boy.
It's blowing up the Twitter at the moment.
Oh, Trump.
Oh, Trump. Oh, God, we have a couple minutes to kill. You guys went faster than I thought you would.
Sorry.
That's what you... Wait, no.
Womp womp.
Okay, well, this is I got a deep topic. This is y'all's fault. Thank you, Cryptic, who says it's a her. Just remember, it's y'all's fault. I had this thought earlier today.
You had a thought? Wow. What did Lady Monkey say?
Well, wait till you hear the question.
Oh, okay.
All right. Let's say for the rest of your life, you will have to want for nothing, which includes being able to give to charity or spend money on yourself or a mix of the two, right?
Okay.
And you never anything you want, you can just have at that moment, right?
Okay.
But every day you have to suck a dick and swallow. Would you do it?
No.
Nah.
My
Satsu?
my first response was I would have to think long and hard about that.
Well, okay, that's the question. Is it just material objects?
But it depends. I mean, in my mind, that's what I was thinking. Mostly material objects. Anything you want, anything you want.
If it's material objects only, no.
Well, here's my first thought, and even if you said something other than fellatio as the exchange rate for this, I'd still say no. You know why? Because the best sort of analogy I have is from playing role playing games. I don't use cheat codes in RPGs because it's no fun not building yourself up to being able to succeed after your own efforts. Simply being given stuff or handed the answer, or you get the most powerful weapon at the first drop or whatever. Boring. It doesn't feel like an accomplishment. Doesn't feel like I actually earned anything. And I wouldn't want to be a person who didn't earn anything. And I don't think that magically I'm going to get everything I want in exchange for doing that stuff and never have to want again.
I feel like sucking a dick to completion is doing something.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
I've never done it myself. I've seen it done.
Sure.
I'm about to say a bunch of gay guys might disagree.
Yeah. If I enjoyed that sort of thing, it'd probably be an easy answer. But first off, I don't, or I have no interest in it. And secondly, it's like, why would I want to be forced into effective slavery to have everything else taken care of? No.
Yeah, but see, go ahead.
I should have brought this up in Fucketry, but I forgot. Can we just acknowledge that the Joker movie is gonna take out Infinity War for profits?
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, I said this on Twitter the other day. The only thing that, you might call that a triumph over the outrage culture, but unfortunately, all that's going to do is encourage outrage culture more so as a marketing tool going forward. Because if you can turn something controversial and make zillions and zillions of dollars off of a relatively modest priced movie, you're just going to do it again. It happened with Fury Road. It's happening with this. Now, of course, it all depends on the subject matter, because if you don't have a movie that's actually good, Ghostbusters 2016, it's not going to work. But movies that are just passingly good or slightly controversial but quality, they'll drum it up themselves if they don't have it naturally.
Cryptic, thank you so much. Did you pay for StreamYard? Yes, I did.
Yep. Monkey got all the... I'm thinking about doing it myself, honestly. I'll probably do it tomorrow.
I don't know when they're going to change their programming for the free to use stuff, and when they do that, I mean, they're almost definitely going to limit how many times you can use it. So, when you said profit, I'm confused. They actually have the profit breakdown for them?
I just had the thing up. Hold on. Let me go back to it.
I mean, they probably have an estimated budget cost. And usually what you want to do is you take the production budget and then double it at least, because that goes into the marketing budget. So movies usually cost about twice as much as they actually say they do. And then you have to factor in box office and minus out double the production budget. It's a rough estimate as to how much a movie costs to actually put on in the theaters and such. But it's
Joker set to bank near $500 million in profit, on par with Avengers: Infinity War.
$500 million in profit.
Yeah.
How much was the production budget? Box Office Mojo.com.
50 to 70 million.
Yeah, there you go.
But I suppose if you take worldwide sales and everything, maybe. Okay.
Yeah, if you call it, let's be generous and say it's $150 million total for production and marketing. So
they didn't really have much marketing.
Well,
yeah,
I
they
mean,
did.
yeah, they had a lot of marketing for this. Maybe not as much as like an Infinity War, but for a movie of that scale, yeah, they did commercials, they got merchandise, they got the whole 9 yards. So yeah, $150 million, let's say, total to make that movie and market it, and then minus that out of what is it, $500 million you said, or what's the total worldwide?
700 and was it 750?
Yep.
It's made so far
Yep,
worldwide.
there you go, $500 million thereabouts. Yep.
Yeah. And
Todd Phillips directed movie exceeds 900 million.
and apparently there you go, DC. All you got to do is make a superhero movie that's not about superheroes. You'll get it right.
Well, you make a graphic novel. You make a graphic novel that's not necessarily about, cartoony stuff, but actually, it sort of dramatizes things. You can get away with that with the Joker and some characters. You're not going to be able to get away with it with most Marvel characters, unless it's the Punisher, which they already fucked up, so never mind.
947 is the exact.
Ah, okay.
And yeah, they got so much free publicity with that movie. Jesus Christ.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Real quick, it's your time, guys. Questions, comments, concerns, throw them into the chat now. We'll do our best to answer and respond. Remember, questions for us. Look, because you guys talk to each other a lot, which we love. But so we know it's for us. Several question marks, or if it's a statement for us, several exclamation marks. Please, it makes it easier for us to find and not miss what you guys are saying, because we like talking to you. You guys are great people. Old Guy Gamer says, "Evening, Mr. Monkey. Where the white women at? I don't know, but we need to get like shot collars on them so we can keep them where we can see them." Dr. No says, "Gentlemen," it lists all of us. Have you seen what Dankula tweeted? No.
Yeah, his nuts. He just does that.
What did he tweet?
His nuts.
His testicles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nothing new.
Nope.
What's an unvaccinated kid's favorite video game? Dead by Daylight. God damn it.
Oh.
Shio, be nice. Am I the only one afraid that whoever wins the 2020 election, after remembering Tekumasa's curse, especially since 2020? What the hell's a Tekumase? Tecumseh. Anyone?
It's not a real word.
Okay. I don't know what curse we're talking about there. Sinatra, what's the candy you were talking about a few days ago? Those candy sticks.
Gilliam.
Gilliam candy sticks. Those are actually really good if you guys have never had them. You get them at like, especially you find them at farmers markets if you go to those.
Oh, did I tell you they responded to my email? They told me to go to Cracker Barrel to get them.
Yeah. What's that other place? Bob Evans has them sometimes too in their little candy area out front. Oh Lords, would you try a Panda Express burger? I don't know.
I
Sure.
haven't had Panda Express in 20 years, but no, because that stuff is nasty, cheap, fast food.
I've never been to a Panda Express, but I mean,
yeah.
what's on it? Now, if you're talking about made out of panda, no.
No.
It's like this mall food Chinese place.
Yeah, it's fast Chinese food that you get at the mall.
Why does Scribe hate Sanute?
Good question.
Because he's so much more handsome than I am. That's why.
True.
Were you listening earlier? Harbo says, so Kevin Sorbo just tweeted out he's making the movie about Sheriff Scott Israel and his failed leadership. What do you think?
Boring.
I know that name. Who's Scott Israel?
That's the guy in Florida, the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, that whole debacle. Yeah.
Why?
Because Kevin Sorbo is a nut job after being Hercules for so many years.
If you could have a Play-Doh shaper planted on your butthole, what shape would you want to shit out?
What?
Stars.
We get some random ass questions in here.
Cubes
No, we
like
don't.
badgers.
Okay, signs.
I don't know. Whistler's mom. Satsu, what are you and Squishy giving out next week
What?
for Halloween?
Oh, the fucking smiles.
He gonna have his light off.
Candy bars with waifus on them.
We live in an apartment, man. Ain't nobody coming here for fucking.
Monkey, have you and your crew just seen Joker yet? No, I haven't seen it yet.
I saw it opening weekend.
Scribbles, have you seen it yet?
I have not seen it yet. No.
And Satsu?
Nope.
Only Sinatra, and you liked it, right?
It was pretty fucking good.
There you go. Since you're totally not a scribe, since you're totally not a vampire, do you eat garlic bread?
I have no aversion to garlic bread, so if offered, I will likely have it.
Frosted points out, Scribe, are you aware that you said a question about sucking dick reminded you of your role-playing days? He's not wrong.
Thank you. Yes, that's great.
Good catch, Frosted.
That was not the point I was making, but thank you.
You're the one who said it, man.
I understand. I understand.
Let's see. Oh, damn. Big jump. Toilet paper, over or under? Over. Over. Always over.
I'm a normal human being, so I don't care.
Why would he tweet his balls? I don't know.
Because he's Dankula.
Would you try bacon flavored ice cream? I'd try it, but I don't think I'd like it very much.
I have tried it, and it's fucking delicious.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I like ice cream. There's certain things that have to taste certain ways to me. You know, like ice cream should be sweet, not bacony. I mean, I'd try it, but I don't know. Sinatra, Zombieland or Shaun of the Dead?
That's a good one. I'm gonna have to go Zombieland.
Really?
Mm,
I totally Shaun of the Dead.
yeah,
You know what? Yeah, Shaun of the Dead.
yeah, I like Zombieland. Don't get me wrong, but Shaun of the Dead definitely.
Cryptic
You guys are just all. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
throws 5 to Streamlabs to say, ever notice that every market in Africa is a black market?
Nice.
The plot
You guys just all like Zombieland because you're racist.
That's true.
Lords of Night, when did you stop trick-or-treating? I think I was 9 or 10. I was 13 was the last year I trick-or-treated because we lived in Virginia and it was the last year you could trick-or-treat.
I think I was 12 or 13.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, I think it was around 12 or 13. I can't. I actually don't. Well, I mean, accompanying a child trick or treat doesn't count as you trick or treating, does it?
If you're collecting candy, it does.
Yeah, I helped out a friend of mine when he had his kid, and I went around trick or treating with him. And I guess, yeah, so I guess it was what, 7 years ago, something like that.
Well, then that means I went trick or treating last year because I kept taking people's hard cider that they were offering.
I've taken children trick-or-treating since the last time I did it myself
Yeah.
for my own candy. I was 13.
Yeah.
In Virginia, yeah, there's a hard age limit. And somebody pointed out that in Virginia, they're actually talking about arresting kids if they're found doing it over. I think that it's 12 now.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Take comes up.
Come up to the house that are bigger than me. What the fuck are you doing?
Well, sometimes look, hormones, man. You don't know. I was a big 13-year-old. I really was.
How tall are you now, Monkey?
I'm 6 foot.
Yeah, you don't need to be trick or treating.
You know how tall I was when I was 13?
6
I was
foot.
5'10".
Yeah, you're too tall.
Too tall.
There should be a height limit on trick or treating.
Sorry, kid with the pituitary disease. You don't get candy this year.
They have like a bar on their porch. You gotta
You gotta.
you have to duck under here. You don't get any candy.
Yeah, I'm watching the camera. You fucking big bitch. You ain't getting shit.
Tecum Sah. He was the Indian warrior defeated by William Henry Harrison.
He died in 30 days.
I I believe you. I just that
Oh, fuck me.
I'm good.
I think. Yep. My boom arm just broke.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
several people teaching me how to say Tokahama-sa, whatever his name is.
Takasaw.
Is it Tecumseh?
Tecumseh? Okay.
Elizabeth Warren.
Toblerone or Snickers? Snickers.
Snickers.
Rolo.
Rhoda.
That wasn't an option.
I know, but
My
it's a Toblerone, whatever. Yeah, Snickers.
Favorite Nintendo NES game? Oh, I had so many. I love the original Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers. The original Zelda, Mike Tyson's Punch Out, and the wrestling game. What was it called? Shit, I can't remember. They all were like within the first run of games, and we used to play the fuck out of all of them.
Mega Man 2 was excellent. And even though it's cheese, it was the only time I'd ever played the Punisher. The Punisher in a Nintendo game I loved, even though it was just a shooting gallery. It was just so neat to be able to play a Punisher video game at home. I loved it.
I'm going to be the dissent on this and say DuckTales.
DuckTales was a good game.
That was good. I actually have the port that you can get on Steam.
Yeah, did you play the remaster, Sinatra?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I didn't play a lot of games on the original NES. I got into Nintendo around the Super Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, I was playing a lot of Sega. So I don't think
I just bought my first NES this year. I was a Sega gamer back then, and Sega games, it was Sonic 2 was the shit.
Yeah, for me, Sonic 2, Batman and Robin, because that was like the best fucking game ever back then to me. And goddamn, what Spider-Man Maximum Carnage, I think was
on Genesis, I liked Zombies Ate My Neighbors, Jungle Strike, the X-Men game. And the Spider-Man game for Genesis was really great at the time because it was Spider-Man. I loved it. Yeah, those are good.
On the Genesis, Evander Holyfield Boxing is still one of the best boxing games ever made. And me and Lady Monkey used to play the fuck out of Road Rash.
Oh my god,
Road Rash was good.
Yeah, I did play Road Rash a fuck ton.
That game was awesome.
Yeah.
I just sent you a picture on Twitter if you want to take a look at it.
What if I don't want to take a look at it? Did you?
It's not Count Dankula's balls, is it?
No, it's my video game collection
cool.
from Sega all the way to 360.
Nice.
Let's see. Sorry, guys, we got a little off topic there. Candied apples or candy corn? Oh,
Candy
apples because I hate candy corn. It tastes like wax.
Who likes candy corn?
Yeah, Monkey's a mutant.
I don't like candy apples. I like caramel apples, but candy apples I'm not a fan of, and candy corn is awesome, man.
No, it's not. You're the one person who eats that. You and Shelly.
Me? Look, that's two people. We're the one person who eats it.
Well, she's not a person; she's a woman.
You're lucky that math doesn't actually have answers.
Nice callback.
There you go.
Monkey, what's your rank in Red Dead Online? I have no idea. I haven't played in a long, long time.
These degenerates in the chat. Fucking, I love candy corn. Candy corn is the shit.
Thank you.
Squishy
Rise
said
up.
the other day. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying, rise up, candy corners. What were you going to say?
Okay. Yeah, Squishy said something to me the other day that made me mentally slap her. I would never do it in real life, but she said, "I hate candy corn, but I like the top of it, though."
Oh, the yellow part?
And I just sat there and looked at her like, I just slapped the shit out of you in my head for saying that to me.
Yeah, it's all the same.
What do you mean?
Well, you can't, I don't like the pumpkins that they made. Those are nasty. But they have made flavored ones. There's a caramel one made of they're so good. But yeah, just a regular, it's just sugar, you guys. Who doesn't know Tokahama? Who Tokahama was? That would be me. and I know I'm saying it wrong on purpose now. If you could rebuild the habitat of an endangered species to make population rebound so you could then eat it, which would it be? Bald eagle. I want to try one.
Dodo.
Dodos are probably fucking delicious.
I hear giant tortoises taste really, really good, which is why they're not very many of them, because a lot of people eat them because they're so tasty.
Holy shit. Chat jumped and I am way behind. Wow. Holy fuck. Guys, I will do my best to catch up here. Cody Fry, thank you so much. I support the candy corn cause. Go candy corn. That's right. Thank you. Thank you for wow, that's very generous. It's a generous way to you know how much candy corn I'm gonna buy with that shit. Let's see.
One candy corn box after YouTube takes its cut.
Shut up. Yeah, I just feel like eating a bald eagle on the bun is just like America, man.
If I'm gonna eat a bald eagle, I want to do it in a state park.
That would be cool too. Yeah,
I'll be right back.
I would want Chick-fil-A to make it for me.
Yeah,
The Chick-fil-A bald eagle burger.
I'll cook it for you. My chicken sandwiches are better than Chick-fil-A.
There you go. Would you rather be a god of life or a god of death? Ooh.
As in, like, you get to decide who dies, kind of thing, or
I mean, if you're a god of life, doesn't that mean the god of death could kill you?
I feel like those two things can't exist together because one has to win over the other, don't they?
Maybe they work together.
Maybe they play checkers every time they have to decide. I'm making a pimp candy haul. What should I put in there?
a what?
A pimp candy haul. I don't know. I just read the questions. Did y'all see Dave Cullen's Joker video where he hypothesizes? That's not what's written here.
I understand the intent.
And it broke my brain trying to. I know. Yeah. God damn it.
Yes. Anyway, moving on.
That it was a Warner Brothers backed all the journos and SJWs to hype Joker for free press.
Well, like I said, if outrage culture will be free marketing and up the box office of movies and other things, whether it's natural or induced, it will happen from now on. If it's successful, it'll work.
Did you guys see that they're releasing the original Aladdin and Lion King, the retro games on the Switch?
No.
Yeah, I used to play that Aladdin game all the time. That game is hard as fuck. I never beat it.
Yeah.
That game is hard as shit. I've never played the Lion King though.
Oh, if you think the Aladdin game is hard, the Lion King game is notoriously hard. The Stampede part made a lot of people just quit the game. Aladdin was fun though. It was hard, but yeah, that game was fun as shit.
Music was legit too, even though like that loop eventually.
Scribe, if you had to suck a dick, who would you suck?
Jesus Christ. I have no idea.
Go for someone Asian. Don't get too much of that in your mouth.
Oh boy.
Did you see Tariq Nasheed calling Kathy Zhu and roaming millennial white supremacists? Yeah, we actually talked about that last night.
Do you know Asians are called white supremacists more than any other POC group, I guess, or marginalized group? It's kind of hilarious.
Takahishimu is a curse that any U.S. president elected in a year ending with 0 will die before finishing their term. It held up until Reagan. All righty. Yeah, I know nothing of this, so I mean, it's interesting. Yeah, and it didn't happen to Bush either, so seems like it's the curse is broken. Whoever it was that asked about that originally, you don't have to worry anymore. What kind of bird would you want to be? Bald eagle, America, bitch.
And you eat yourself?
Well, not if I'm a. Well, if you're a bird, it's legal.
Oh.
Pterodactyl.
There you go.
I want to be an owl.
Because you're a hoot.
Haha! Okay.
And scribbles.
What kind of bird would I want to be?
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know. Some kind of raptor, I suppose.
Big bird.
No, not big bird.
Lords,
Only have one operating hand. No.
why did Monk call Satsu the Lord of Panties? I didn't.
Pincalo for 2 says, for getting the DuckTales song stuck in Blind Press's head. You're welcome.
Cryptic, thank you so much. I have been called that at a bar. The
What?
Asian man? I'm not sure because it came through and we'd obviously changed subjects since then. Where are we?
Clarify, Cryptic.
Scribe Light, are you the type of person to host a masquerade ball on Halloween?
I've helped organize something similar to that before, so I suppose the answer would be yes, I have.
Scribe Light, if you had the money, what kind of dungeon would you have?
Well, first I'd have to have a house to put it in. I don't know. I'm not that much a theatrical like equipment dom, as it were, but I'd probably have one of those padded tables where you can have like tie down points and things. I don't know. I actually haven't put that much thought into it, surprisingly enough, because I never really thought it was going to be something that I'd ever actually have. So I'd have to look at the things that are out there. And
well, if it were up to me, because I'm into that shit too, I would have a strong bed with a canopy on top.
Yeah, that's true.
All your tie down needs.
Yep.
And outside of that, it would just be the ambience of the room. Maybe have one of those like Chase lounges or some shit like that. Have bondage posters and stuff on the wall and shit like that. Just the real aesthetic, good lighting, kind of shit like that.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
Shelly, blink if you need help.
I've seen in the dark section of the mods on Skyrim a dungeons that Scribe might approve of.
Oh, yeah, that's true too.
And
yeah.
absolutely a sex swing. That is absolutely in the room.
Scribe's favorite crime drama / documentary. These are all questions for you, Scribe.
Favorite crime drama documentary? Well, I mean, my favorite YouTube channel actually right now is Jim Can't Swim, because that guy does some excellent documentaries on individual cases, analyzing interrogations and criminal psychology and interrogation tactics. He has gone over some of the. He went over Chris Watts. He went over Russell Williams, Stephanie Lazarus, all these really high-profile cases that had some really interesting interrogation stuff. And if you $1 on his Patreon, and you get he does some great work. So if I had to give a quick answer, because there's a lot of other movies out there and things, but yeah, Jim Can't Swim's got some great modern stuff right now.
Just so you guys know how far behind I am, I'm just getting to everybody telling us what video games they played on the NES.
Monkey, real quick. Somebody put up a post on Twitter that says, "Don't date a YouTuber," like a whole bunch of times in a row. And then one of their posts, like a couple hours later, was, "Okay, well, this tweet is getting bigger, so I thought I'd plug myself here. I'm almost at 700 subs, guys."
Nice.
Fuck, these got expensive. Holy shit.
Thank you, Cryptic, who says a white supremacist, because I said all races can be all race can be racist. I called him a self-hating honky. So, that's what you got called the other day. Wow. All right. There's a city in Michigan called Takashishran Monkey, and you call yourself a Michigander? No, I do not call myself a Michigander.
Monkey's a gander.
All right. Have you heard the "Don't Fuck with Raccoons" rap? I have not.
No.
How cursed is Sinatra?
I don't know. He had a stroke at 25, so
Pretty fucking cursed, bro.
yeah.
I mean,
Like
that's not as bad as it got.
You should probably keep some salt around you. That's all I'm saying.
Also, his basement flooded or some shit.
No, that was my living room, and that was the stupid cat.
That's why you don't have cats.
There's a bunch of people telling us they do like candy corn. Question I've already answered. Would you be surprised that in Portland, the straw ban also includes condiment packets? No Taco Bell sauce makes me sad. Oh, that sucks.
Really? How
Are
does
you
a
guys
condiment packet count as a straw?
It's the
Are you
plastic.
guys having a problem putting fucking items in your Amazon cart?
I haven't tried, man.
I
'Cause
haven't
I-
bought an Amazon in a while.
I can't fucking put this in my cart.
What is it?
A boom arm.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, speaking of which, for YouTube stuff, I forgot to mention. I got it just came out. I think about a day or two ago. A binging with Babish cookbook that I bought. I'm about to be doing a whole bunch of shit from this book on my cooking channel, FYI.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Lords of Night, would you drink liquefied candy corn? You mean Caro syrup?
Bleh.
No.
That's nasty.
No,
Roadie.
that's instant diabetes. Does Monk belong on the cross for eating candy corn? No. Or why does Monk? Oh, I don't. They just don't like it. They have bad taste. 35 million pounds of candy corn is sold annually. There you go. Suck it. Any of you like circus peanuts, the candy? Yes, I do actually. I don't know why I do because they're actually kind of nasty. But you guys know what they're talking about? Those.
Yes.
Yes. And no.
pinkish-
I used to eat those when I was a kid.
Have you heard the rumor that they're creating a whole bunch of candy corn? Heard the rumor that they created a whole bunch of candy corn back in the 30s and they repackage all of the unused candy since then. No, but I mean it's just sugar. I mean, I've never gotten any that had like mold or anything on it, so scrolling. Lots of talk going on here. Oh, fuck. It jumped. Don't jump. Do you know how hard it is to stay on track here? Okay, that was that. Candy corn is not sugar. They're actually made of corn syrup. Well,
Sugar.
What?
Sugar.
Sugar.
Are you watching horror movies or passing out candy on Halloween, Monkey? I'll probably be here talking to you guys, and then I don't remember what day that was. Is that a Thursday?
I
Friday.
believe it is.
Oh, yeah, no, right. It is Thursday.
Yes,
Yes.
Thursday. So I won't be passing out candy because we don't get trick-or-treaters here. Scribe, I'm telling you today, you're so sexy.
Who said that?
Ebony.
Oh, thank you, Ebony.
Any of you watched Adult Swim's new Primal yet?
No, but isn't that the Guinea Tartovsky or whatever you say his name is? Samurai Jack did that.
Oh, is that? Yeah, I don't.
I've
watch
heard of
Adult
it. I
Swim,
haven't
so.
seen it.
It looks pretty cool.
I think Sean says Sinatra, since you like the Blue Yeti so much, would you buy me one? You don't like the Blue Yeti, do you?
No, I hate the Blue Yeti.
Yeah.
And also, no, because I'm poor.
Lords of the Night, I have no mouth, but I must scream. What should I do? Hold it in. Just throwing that out there. Did you know that non-wet sugar never goes bad? I didn't, but seems fair enough. And I caught up, you guys. We're actually at the bottom there.
Wait,
I
that's
did.
not true.
What do you mean?
Sugar has an expiration date.
I didn't do it.
I know. I'm just saying. Because when my aunt died, we were cleaning out her house. She died in 2015, I want to say. And we found a bag of sugar that went bad in 2007. So she must have bought it in like 2005. So that shit goes bad.
But with that, we are at the end of the show, guys, and I did manage to catch up on all the questions. So there we go. I'm damn good. Thank you for going with me on that. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming and hanging out. Thank you so much for supporting us the way you guys do. And thank you for the donations and Angry Illinoisan. Yeah, you are. I think at this point you qualify as my boss.
Maybe.
And I appreciate that. And I appreciate you for coming and hanging out, Sinatra.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Don't forget to check out his channels. He has a few, including his main channel, Sinatra Says, and his Creeps In channel.
Yeah, that too.
Check him out, guys. And anything else we need to promote or say, gentlemen? No. All right. Satsu and Scribe, a pleasure as always. Everybody, if you don't eat candy corn, you're an asshole. And we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
I'll happily be an asshole if that's the criteria.
You just are.